What's good? What's good? I'm back, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast. So we got a special guest about to come on here soon. I know some of y'all might have seen Knucklemania. I don't know what y'all thought about the results. Was a little disappointed in a couple matches myself. Okay, I see our guest just popped up, just waiting for his camera to come on. Shouts out to everybody tune in. Shouts out to the Dream Killer, Edgar Plaziola, appreciate you. Knockout Radio, Johnny Doja 73, Tay Dagner, Kevin Green, Wood BKB, Bare Knuckle Mel, appreciate you. Okay. All right, we about to bring on our guest, 5-1 in BKFC right now. Coming off a win in Rome, Italy against Dan Chapman. Let's bring on the one and only James Get Down Brown. How you feeling, fellow North Carolinian?
Yes, sir. Hey, I feel pretty good. How about yourself, Paul? Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out this.
You good?
All right, I think we're good. Yes,
So,
sir.
congratulations on the win.
Appreciate you.
It
Something
seemed like
slight.
it seemed like you followed the game plan that you said you would in our last interview. You wasn't gonna go blow for blow. You was gonna take advantage of your opportunities and avoid getting hit as much as possible. And it seemed like that's what you did.
Yes, sir. He did catch me a couple times. He caught me one time behind the ear, and I think that was his best shot. And that's when he like dapped me up after the round because I felt like I got his respect after that because everyone always assumes I have a questionable chin. Uh, I think I'm okay, but yeah, he hit me a couple times. They said 11. I felt maybe three.
Okay.
But the crowd was going at me and stuff, and I stuck to the game plan no matter what. Just listen to my coaches. So game plan was solid.
I realize the crowd can do that sometimes. They act like they want to see every fight blow for blow for blow, but that's not gonna be every fight. Some guys are just got smarter game plans. They're not trying to go blow for blow because I mean that can be. I don't know, man. That could go either way, right?
I agree, man. It's bare knuckle. I understand
Yeah.
those type of fights are super exciting, but I didn't come into bare knuckle at the end of my career where I can just throw my body away. This is like the beginning of the middle of my career, so I've got to take care of my body, and I'll save those wars for when I get a belt or something.
So you're out there in Rome, Italy. Did it feel any different fighting out there in Rome?
Nah, it was still Earth. I when we got there, Prince Charles was there, so it was like martial law. Like there was like CIA on every corner, freaking no cars, anything. So it was weird for me at first, but then when I left the hotel the next morning and the gate wasn't there anymore and the police weren't everywhere, I was like, oh, okay, now this is normal here. I didn't know what they had going on in Italy, but yeah, it was normal, man. Normal people. The common language there is English, so if I couldn't understand someone, I could ask someone else, and they kind of talk and then translate for me. But yeah, it was like just normal Earth, bro.
So how fitting is it fighting in the home of the original gladiators when bare knuckle guys are like the modern day gladiators?
Bro, it was insane. They have like a different kind of respect for fighters there. So even like when they were driving me up to the hotel and we were going past all these secret agents and stuff, it was like I got a big fighter with me, and they were like letting us by, no questions asked. And I was getting pictures and actually signing autographs and everything, man. People were even asking me like when we were taking pictures if they could touch me. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm a normal person. You can wrap your arms around me. I'll be all right. So they do have much more respect for their fighters there, and they back their fighters much more than I would say America does for their fighters.
That's crazy. So Chapman fight, it was a stoppage. You basically beat him bloody. Were you satisfied with the results, or do you feel like you might have could have finished them earlier?
I wasn't satisfied with the results because I wanted to get him out of there, but I definitely would not have been able to finish the guy earlier. If I would have like got overzealous or anything, he would have got me out of there, man. He was so slick and so fast. There was nothing I could do more than what I was doing. So, I just gave him my best run. But in the fifth round, he couldn't see. I could see that he couldn't see me. I was fainting at him and he wouldn't respond. So the fifth round, I was just going to try to take him out of there no matter what. But we didn't get there.
So was he fast as you expected?
He was faster than I expected. I assumed that because I said, on video, you can't really tell how fast someone is, even though he was still fast on video. But he was fast. Now, I will tell you, I was a lot faster than I thought I was going to be. Fighting at 155 for so long, forgot that I am decently fast, but I couldn't match his speed. That guy's next level.
So after the win, you call out Kai Stewart. You call him a rat. I know it's the mustache, man. Like
yeah, it's the mustache. I always say
like the mustache makes it worse. It makes it worse for him where people like hate him even more because of the mustache.
Yeah, man.
He's fighting his.
Go ahead. No bad.
He's fighting his Nico Gaffey. So you're not getting a fight just yet. Who do you think is gonna win this fight?
I've got Nico putting him out of there second, third round. Nico is not a joke, man. I've a few months ago, I called everybody out, everybody in the top 5, and Nico was one of those guys. He was the only one that responded. So we went back and forth a little bit, but I seen him in Rome, and we sized each other up a little bit. But when it was time to do media, they called my name, and he was standing right there. I'm like, hold up, the champ didn't go yet. There's no way I'm gonna go in front of the champ. Nico, you go ahead, and he respected that a lot. So we shook hands and stuff, and after he won his bout and I won my bout, we walked past each other, and he shook my hand and he said some words to me, not in English. So I'm not sure what he said. Maybe he was saying, if I win the belt, we can fight. That's what I hope he was saying. But he respected me, but I can still tell we still got some unresolved issues we got to take care of. But I definitely got him winning. There's no way Kai's going to be able to blitz and clinch him being that small and with those short arms, and Nico's going to just fire. He's going to get him out of there.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen from Nico. I mean, have you been impressed by what you've seen so far?
I wouldn't say I've been impressed because I'm 6'2" and he's like 5'3", so I know I can deal with that easily. But what he did to Brendan Allen, and that was impressive. We've seen Allen look very, very good out there, and in most of his fights, all of his fights, really. And then for him to go out there and take care of him like that was super impressive. So I know Nico's a dog, man. I'm not taking anything away from him because he's 5'3", but trying to engage the clinch with a guy that's that size and can throw with that ferociousness, Kai's in trouble, man.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure you want to get a fight in before you have to wait, because I mean they're about to fight. I don't know what month they're fighting, but you're gonna have to wait
March 20th.
March. I mean, have you thought about any other ideal fights? Like, I just want to throw out some names. Like you said, one like Brandon Allen, Superman, as he called himself. I think that'd be an interesting one. Brian Duran, maybe Nathan Rivera, or maybe even the number 1 ranked guy in your division, which I really like, Edgar Plaziola, man.
So Plaziola, I'm fine with that fight. He's got a right hand. He's got big muscles. He's going to slow down, never touch me. That's an easy one for me. Rivera, I feel like, because he's a company man, they're kind of trying to push him in that title shot direction, but he's garbage, man. He doesn't have anybody on his resume. Duran, I spoke with him after the Davis fight, and he's on a different direction right now, I would say. So I'm not bothering him at the moment.
He's going
Allen,
to a
I would
different weight
love.
class, ain't he?
I'm
Isn't
not
he going
sure.
to?
We're at to see March. I know he's got a fight, but
Yeah,
he sounds like he wants to push featherweight because he wants another shot at Kai. But he looking big,
okay,
man. I'm not gonna lie, he looks big.
yeah,
Allen, if I have to be honest, I hear they may be reworking the rankings here soon, but Allen don't deserve to be outside of the rankings. He was number one contender for like a long time, and
and then he had
Gaffey
one
comes
loss.
up and beats him.
Yeah,
Right. He should still be in the ranking. So I wouldn't mind fighting Allen. Also, even though personally, I don't feel like I'm a good fight for him. I feel he should get a good fight for himself first before he tries to jump to a higher level fight with someone like myself. Only because I kind of like the guy a little bit. Granted, when he's number one contender, my target's right on you. So that's why I was coming at him a lot. But I do respect the guy, and I feel like he should be in the rankings still. So I wouldn't mind fighting him, but he's got to do something for himself first.
no disrespect to Nico, because I don't want to go to any BKFC fight and get beat up by any fighter.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like he might be in the rankings simply because he beat Brandon Allen. Like you said, he's in the rankings, and only ranked guy he fought was Brandon Allen. And then
Correct.
Brandon Allen's literally out of the rankings because he got beat by a guy who wasn't ranked at the time.
Correct. Which, it's cool that Nico's in the rankings because he did beat a ranked guy. But if you
Yeah.
look at everyone else who's in the rankings, no one else has fought anyone ranked. So that's a little
Yeah.
weird there how they just toss him out of there. And he's a worthy contender for sure.
So, I mean, you're trying to get this title shot. As a fan on the outside looking in, who holds most of the power for you to get this title shot? Is it the guy who has the belt or the fight promotion itself?
So I think it's the fight promotion itself. I don't
Okay.
know if it's my stardom or my social media or what I'm doing wrong, but I think they don't want to let me fight Kai. I get the title, and then their division is kind of, the popularity is lower. Gaffey's
Yeah.
got more followers and stuff like that, so they can kind of do something with that. So I just feel like it's me personally, not that they don't have faith in me, but the business side of it, I wouldn't really be filling up any seats or anything like that. So they kind of went a different direction. Now, that being said, I would love to, and I don't want to get canceled or anything, but the LBGTQ, whatever it is, the guy that's at 135, I think they called him like Joy Boy or something. I don't know. It's a weird name, but if I would drop the 35, if they gave me an immediate title shot. Yeah, that guy. If they gave me an immediate title shot with him, I'd drop the 35, my next fight, easy, and get him out of there. There's not really much going on in the feather the whatever the division is underneath me, the 35
That's the
division. There's not
bantamweight.
really
That's
much
the
going on.
bantamweight.
Yeah.
Bantamweight.
So I wouldn't mind dropping and just snatching that belt up real quick, getting a little bit of buzz, and then jumping up to 45 to fight whoever's the champion there, which I feel might be Nico Gaffey. Now, I don't see anybody that would want to fight Nico Gaffey if he beats Kai. So if I can get that fight after that, I would love that, but I definitely want something before that for sure.
Well, you said Bantam. I mean, bantamweight, I gotta agree, it's not as strong as it used to be. Much love to my guy Ryan Reber, but he's had 2 shots at the belt. He's lost both of them. You probably gonna be a while for you to get a 3rd shot. So it's Justin. Alberto Blas leaving that division did a favor for a lot of people in that division, I would say.
That's a tough guy, man. Did you see his last fight? Man, that guy's good, man. He's good.
Yeah, so I mean that would make sense going to Bantam. I mean, how hard is it for you to cut to that weight?
I've never tried. So I wrestled at 135 one time when I was in high school, but I didn't have to cut then because I was super small. I walk around about 160. Now, I don't care for meat, and my wife's been trying to get me to go vegan for like 2 months here. So if I get that call, I'll go vegan. I'll get my natural weight down to like 150, 147, and then that cut's going to be a breeze, man. That's not going to be tough at all.
So it
I
was
do it the
something I
smart
know.
way. I wouldn't cut 30 pounds. That'd be crazy.
It was something I noticed. So there was a guy retired recently. You lost to Howard Davis. And then so you lost to Davis, and then you beat Ramiro, Figueroa, I guess his name is,
Yes, sir.
and then he beat Davis, and then Davis retired. Is that a fight that you kind of always wish you could get back to have a rerun, the Howard Davis fight?
Bro, that's a fight bare knuckle history needed, man.
Yeah,
Obviously, in my fight, I made some mistakes and he made me pay big time. But I got up every time and I was ready to fight. Even when they waved me off, I stood up like, bro, what are you doing? Like, there's no way
yeah.
you just waved me off and I'm getting right back up. But so I really wanted that fight again. And I felt like I could definitely get that win. I felt like I could get the win the first time. Um, and then so we'd have to have a trilogy. And, that would just be some also bare knuckle history. So, I don't know what he has going on in his personal life and stuff like that, but it really did hurt me a little bit when he retired, bro. That was my like I don't know, like my arch nemesis. That's who made me
Yeah.
better. If I didn't lose to him, I'd still be just as good as I was when I fought him. But because I lost that fight, now I just keep inclining. I keep getting better and better. And I needed him for sure.
And I was shocked that he retired or announced his retirement. I don't know how long
I
it's
was
gonna
super
last, but
shocked because he's super young, man. So I feel like maybe he
yeah.
just needs some time to kind of get himself together and he'll be back. But I don't know. That's what I'm hoping.
And I definitely feel like he was a guy, like, I was dealing with some people that were like actually working for BKFC at the time, and they were telling me like that a lot of people really wanted Howard Davis to beat Kai Stewart in that fight, and it didn't really go as they planned.
I agree. And I've heard him say this before, but even before he said that, I fought a different Howard Davis than Kai Stewart
Mhm.
fought.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
felt like Howard Davis already knew he could beat Kai. So training for someone that you already know you could beat, you're not putting in that extra work. You're just kind of training to make sure you're in shape to fight. But when he was fighting me, he wasn't quite sure if he was going to be able to win or what. So he trained his butt off, and you can see just by the way he was moving, he trained much harder for me than he did for Kai Stewart. So I still feel like he can beat Kai for sure. He's got the skills to do it.
Well, you said something that Kai only had one like real fight. What fight was that you were talking about? Was that the Howard Davis fight?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he had a real fight, but he did beat a real fighter, and it was Howard
Yeah.
Davis that I was speaking of. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But how can I not mention that? And I lost to that guy, so I kind of had to throw that in there.
What do you feel like everybody's getting wrong of beating Kai Stewart? Like, Brian Duran, he fought him tough. I know he messed up his shoulder, but I mean, like fighters, I'm no disrespect to fighters, but as a fan, I see a lot of guys throwing up the injuries, man. Like, it's like every other sport. It's part of the game, man. Football players get hurt every Sunday. Basketball players tearing Achilles out for a year. Like I don't be
So
wanting to
I'm
hear
gonna put it
injuries
to
no
you
more.
like this, bro. Injuries, everybody has injuries. Coach Dre was
Yeah,
literally just speaking about this after sparring Saturday. Everybody has injuries. You're never going into a fight 100% because of the way we train. So an
yeah,
injury is never an excuse, especially when there's a belt on the line. I would put my life on the line to get me a belt. This is the reason why I fight, because there's more opportunities that come after that. So injuries, that don't make sense. I couldn't even open my hand in the second round of my last fight. I tried to fix it, it didn't fix. Boom, I'm throwing it again. It doesn't matter. I'll worry about it afterwards. But even
yeah.
Plazola not taking the title fight because of an injury or whatever, that's weird to me. I'd take a title fight right now in the shape that I'm in the current condition. I don't get it. But so there's a difference between fighters and martial artists. Brian
Yeah,
Duran's a fighter. You're not going to be able
yeah,
to
yeah,
just
yeah,
fight
yeah.
Kai can't beat him. You've got to have some fight, but you've got to have some martial arts also. You need some skill. And so where people get it wrong is they're not ready for the clinch. Howard Davis is a boxer. He wasn't ready for the clinch. I'm a mixed martial artist. I train wrestling weekly, jujitsu weekly. I'm a purple belt. I train Muay Thai. There's no way a clinch is going to bother me. Every time you dart towards me, the jab's going to be there. So what I tell everybody is it doesn't matter what Kai does. He fought Brian Duran. He fought Howard Davis. These guys are unscathed. He don't finish people. I'm just going to be able to walk forward, throw punches, and not worry about anything he does. It's literally like a mediocre fight. I've got teenagers that would beat that guy. It's all I need is the opportunity. So it's just weird to see these guys let someone with mediocre striking beat them in a striking match, man. It's weird to me.
You know what it reminds me of? Like when Kai wins his fights, like Mayweather late in his career when he was just totally like more of a defensive guy and he was just beating you by points. You know, like you said, because he doesn't really, he gets knocked downs, but he doesn't really have that knockout power. And Kai is still a young guy, dude.
Yeah,
he's still.
I didn't realize he was so young until like a few months ago.
Yeah, he's got a lot of years to build up that power. You know.
I agree. And honestly, he looks like a 35er. He doesn't look big for 45. It looks really, really small. Like if he clinched with me, I wouldn't have a problem just moving the guy off me. Yeah. I train with big guys, heavyweights, and because I'm tall, I can't really speed up on all the shorter guys all the time because it's tough for them. So I train with a lot of big people. And Derek Brunson being my coach, he clinches with me a lot. He takes me down a lot. There's no way Kai's going to be out there trying to shoot double legs into a clinch on me. I'm going to murder that guy, bro. And they know that, but I gotta get my popularity up. I feel that's what it is.
I mean, but there's got to be something else you could do besides, popularity. I know a guy like Redneck Mandel who just lost. As a fan, I was disappointed because I was rooting for him. He didn't have the followers to get the fight that he really, really wanted. And I think he kind of lucked out of really getting this fight just because Yoel Romero, backed out because he had the flu. What about that? He had the flu?
Nah, man. He signed with some Russian league that was paying much, much more.
Much more. But that was just the excuse, basically.
Yeah, that was the excuse that they came up with. But yeah, he signed with someone else, which is, man, when you got people that's doing that to you, like Tenaglia and stuff, and I've had opportunities to go to the UFC, Glory, PF, wherever I want to go. My coach has, all the connections. And I've just been loyal to bare knuckle, man, and just waiting and putting in my work. I even offered to fight, and I asked if I could fight more for less pay, just because I know if I fight more, that I could get more stardom. People are gonna start recognizing me and stuff like that. But they weren't even trying to hear that. But I've been loyal, and I wish they'd just take care of me a little bit. Not even by paying me more, but just by letting me fight more so that I can, grow more and develop more my brand. But that's horrible, man. That's just horrible to do.
It's got to be a little discouraging because look at a cat like Perdomo, right? How many fights this guy got to win before he gets a shot?
True, but also he is like getting like spectacular finishes, so they can kind of leech off of that a little bit. I'm not really winning spectacularly, but look at the level of competition that I'm facing. I've got to go out there and be smart. I can't just throw my wins away. But if they give me like a lesser opponent, like how they do Howard Davis and Duran and all these other guys, man, I'm going to look like a freaking superstar and highlight everybody they put in front of me. So I don't know what their plan is, bro. They got to hook me up some way.
It almost seems like all you could do is just beat everybody that they put in front of you until they have no choice to say, all right, there's really nobody left. He should get the title shot. And you figure, all right, so Nico's about to get it. Then maybe if he loses, probably Edgar Plaziola might be up next. Then who's left? It's you and Nathan?
Yeah. And
You know, at
then
some point they
Duran
got to
at the
give it
back.
to you if you keep winning.
Right. But what I feel like there shouldn't be any waiting around for the champion. They need to let the contenders fight each other. If they could let me
Yeah.
fight Rivera or Plazola, man, that would be great. So we can start inching things down instead of the division's just been on a halt for so long, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what they got planned, but they need to let us contenders fight for sure. I'd love a top five fight.
Well, you know, as I've been watching more and more of the fights lately, I realized that the way it's set up is usually the guys they flying in from other places, the betting odds are always against them. They're
Correct.
always usually against them. And like last card, almost everybody who was supposed to win on the betting odds won.
Yeah, man, it made it so I couldn't make any money off those bets, bro. That
So
was
it's almost
bad.
like, you know, fights get kind of cherry picked so people can win and keep winning. You know, like you were saying with the Nathan Rivera, he ain't had a lot of tough fights. I do feel like he's had the only tough fight he had was that little short cat. I think his name was Castro.
I don't think I saw that fight.
He was tatted up super heavy. Let me see if I can pull him up real quick.
All right. What
And I think
disappointed me
he's
about Rivera is I call out Kai, he fights a week later, and then he's saying he wants the tough fights, blah 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 blah, but then he doesn't mention it. He mentions Plazola, all these other guys, no mention of James Brown. I'm in the rankings too.
Yeah, Alex Castro was the only tough fight he had. He's 0-3, but this guy's fought Rivera, Plaziola, two ranked guys. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay, yes sir.
some other cat in his first fight. But you know, and that's even when guys are losing like that, I can respect that you fought nothing but two of your three fights
Higher
is
level
ranked guys.
competition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I know
Which
like when you fight
when you
some
do stuff like
inferior
that, they should throw
competition,
him
you gonna win. Yeah.
right. And then I feel like guys that are doing that are stepping up should be taken care of. Like throw him a good fight. He's been fighting tough competition. Throw him a good fight. Like literally, I
Yeah.
only get the fights that no one wants, and I feel like I should be rewarded for that. Like, there's never a fight that they came at me with that I wasn't like, yes. It was only one fight I denied because I had already uh, agreed to coach that day, and I couldn't just bail on my homies. So that was the only fight that I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to skip out on this one. I'm sorry, guys. Like, other than that, everybody they sent, even people I haven't fought. There's people they've sent that I have not fought. I agreed to it. So I don't know, man.
You
I'm just
you
here to.
mentioned Derek earlier. I got a question. I don't know if you got insights on this, but I saw on the Reddits
Okay.
people were just asking, is he gonna fight for BKFC?
I think he is. So I'm not sure if they have got the money right yet. I know they were still
Okay.
going back and forth last I heard, but I definitely think he still is going to fight for them when everything gets the way it should. But also the problem is uh, getting someone to fight Derek. He is going to be a bare knuckle debuter, so you can't just throw him out there with somebody who has a lot of bare knuckle fights. So it's probably
Yeah.
hard to find someone that wants to fight him also that doesn't have very many fights.
I'm pretty sure there's one of those guys in the mix, like the guy that fought Yoel Romero his first fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Lucas.
Definitely a guy like that
He
would
loved
be
the
willing.
fact that he was fighting a guy like that, even though he probably knew he stood no chance of winning that fight.
Yeah, he still got that on his resume. I fought Yo Romero,
Yeah, it's the biggest name fighter you
Right.
ever fought. I mean, and I'm guessing that
So
does
I don't
help you
know.
as a fighter somewhat. That can bring up your
Yeah,
followers and your fans when you fight a guy like that, even if you get your
for
ass whooped.
sure. Win or lose, yeah. So you're right. You're right. I do. There are guys that'll just step up and fight just to fight. But I don't know. He was supposed to fight in Philly last year. That never happened. So I don't know. He's got some kinks to work out, I guess.
Did you watch Knucklemania?
Oh yeah, Whole thing.
I saw on the Reddit. I'm just curious what fighters think about the cannolis from Johnny Cannoli getting thrown. Like, is it? Some people are saying it's getting old now because you know it's coming.
Nah, it's not. It's not getting old, bro. That's his character. That's who he is. If he's gonna be Cannoli, you got to show up every time as Mr. Cannoli, man. So I'll screw the casuals. Keep bringing cannolis. If somebody allows him to slap
Keep throwing
them with a
cannolis.
cannoli, that's on them. Yeah, man. So just be
Yeah.
out of the way so you don't get cannoli. And I want to taste one day. I ain't never had a cannoli, so keep bringing the cannolis.
I've had a cannoli before. I don't know if it was a authentic cannoli, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I've never had one before, man. So maybe we can fight on a card one day together, and I can try one.
So, have you heard any updates of when you might be getting your next fight?
Nah, man. We did chop it up a little bit the other day. With Derek spoke with. I'm not sure who he spoke with. Andy, Nate, or Dave. He said they were working some stuff to get the fighters more active. Um, and they're supposed to be coming to South Carolina here soon, and they'll have me out there. But he was going to ask them about 135 and if that's a move that I can make. So we're gonna see. I'll talk to him when I get to the gym today and see if he heard back from him or not. But they're supposed to be getting me active here soon. You know, I'll be hitting them every week in Andy's inbox. Nate, doesn't matter who I gotta contact. I'm contacting somebody about what's going on with James Brown. So I should have some fight news soon.
So, is that something you typically just gotta depend on management to just stay on their asses about getting you a fight? I mean, because I know some guys don't even fight but once a year, man. And I know it's got to be discouraging.
It's super discouraging because I get hit up weekly, like for MMA fights, boxing matches, and stuff like that I turn down because I've got to get permission and all this other stuff. And again, I want to be loyal to bare knuckle. That belt is not too far away. But Coach Dre, every time I see them, he's like, "Bro, I'm about to get you an MMA fight." I don't know what bare knuckle is doing. So he just wants to keep me active no matter what it is. I'm down to do MMA, kickboxing, boxing. I don't care. I just need to be active, man. I can't be out here wasting my time. I'm in my prime right now, so I gotta make the most of it. I can't be sitting and waiting. Fighting twice a year is not it, Paul. It's not it.
Yeah. To me, it feels like bare knuckle is too worried about the big name fighters, the UFC, just using the UFC guys as much as they can to bring more attention. I mean, that's cool and all, but
Grow some fighters too, man. Have some homegrown fighters.
yeah,
You know,
I'm bigger on the homegrown fighters more. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never really been a UFC MMA guy. I was a boxing guy back in the days. Then boxing kind of ain't like it used to be when I was younger. Just like everything, hip hop ain't like it used to be. Nothing's like it used to be when I was younger. You know,
right.
but bare knuckle, this is a whole new thing. For a lot of guys, it's actually been like a second chance for them to have a second career, and some guys have actually had better careers. Even though Mike Perry's fights have been cherry picked, I mean, he's had a far better career probably in bare knuckle than he has in.
I agree. He probably made much more money doing this also because I mean it's he does very, very well here, you know, and it's good that all these guys get a second chance. They call it the UFC's graveyard, but it's more than that because you've got guys here that are growing here and making careers out of bare knuckle. I feel like those guys should be, you know, the ones being promoted, and these other guys already got names. They don't need to be promoted. Promote some of your guys so that you can build some stars yourself and not have to keep reaching out to these dying guys. I don't want to say dying, but guys that are at the end of their careers. And you've got some fresh young guys that, you know, are superstars here that you grew. I think that would be awesome for the company.
So that's the nickname for it, the UFC graveyard?
That's what people call it, man, all the time. I'm like, bro, it's not that, man. I can see where you guys are coming from, but it's his business. I understand why they do that, but if they had homegrown fighters, they wouldn't have to do that as much as they do.
Well, I mean, you got two UFC guys that got the heavyweight and cruiserweight, and I honestly feel like Alexio Sakara did not win that fight against Chris Camozzi. I kind of think he got
Bro, I
screwed
was
a little bit in that
K-side.
heavily.
He won the last round. Kamazi demolished him, and I could
Yeah,
say the fourth round was maybe a toss-up. But the first three rounds, it was all Kamazi. I don't know what they were looking at, man. That was weird for me to see in person, man. That was crazy.
but a lot of the champs are like, I mean, I guess you say homegrown. Christine Ferreira, she ain't
Yeah.
UFC, is she? Britain Hart,
No.
Borga fought Bellator, but not UFC. I'm not familiar with John Dodson. He fought
Okay.
UFC.
Yeah, Dodson fought UFC. He would have been the
Like,
greatest if it wasn't for Demetrius Johnson.
but I don't even know what's going on with that damn weight class because Andrew Strode got screwed as far as I'm concerned,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I don't even know what's going on. That Justin Ibarola, he ain't UFC. Kai Stewart ain't UFC.
You're right.
The champ that's about to be lightweight is it's probably gonna be Austin Trout. He's a boxer. Dustin
Yeah,
Page, he's
yeah.
UFC.
Peg?
Is Dustin?
I think so. I think so.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, you got three guys. What about Lorenzo Hunt? He didn't fight in UFC, did he?
Nah, no
I didn't
UFC
think
for Hunt.
so. If Dave Mendel
Yeah.
didn't fight in the UFC, I mean, there's a couple.
Nope.
You got a few, but most
Yeah.
of the
Kai
people are
Stewart.
homegrown talent into the BKFC.
Yeah. But then how often do we get to see these guys? We don't see them on
No,
the
you're right.
commercials, and we see them fight like once, twice a year, maybe. They gotta show their guys, man. They gotta show these people so the world can know who they are.
You know what the problem is? Everybody is like record labels. Like, how many
Yeah.
followers you got on TikTok? Okay, you got followers on TikTok.
Right.
Well, how many you got on Facebook? Okay, you got followers.
Yep.
What about YouTube? Oh, you ain't got on YouTube. We got to get your YouTube up. It's like
Yep.
it can't just be one thing you popping on. They want you to be popping everywhere.
Everywhere. Yep. Skills don't pay the bills no more. You gotta be a social media influencer.
It's tough, y'all.
Sucks,
I mean,
man.
y'all gotta all this time. Y'all gotta train. Then y'all gotta work regular jobs too, or have your own business when to make a living in between fights. Because from what I'm hearing, like a lot of these guys are making more off of the sponsorships than the actual fights.
Yeah.
You know.
Which I just started getting sponsors my Dan Chapman fight. So I learned the hard way, man. It's crazy.
Now, there's a rumor out there. I don't know if you heard about this, but I saw on the Reddit where they're talking about BKFC having the BKFC uniform shorts. You heard anything about that?
I have not heard anything about that at all, but that would be kind of cool, man.
But
Get
they
some
were saying
merch.
fighters were kind of not liking it because they won't be able to sell sponsorships on their own shorts.
Yeah, but again, I just did sponsors for my last fight, so I've been missing out on all that. So I'm not gonna miss that. You still get your
Okay.
shirt, you still get your banner and stuff like that, and your social media. So it just them making uniforms, just like how the UFC did, would make it more sport like. Instead of us just being gladiator savages fighting for money. Just make it more of a sport and more organized, more uniform, and it looked better. And maybe we can get like a TV deal or something like that. These guys got to think about the bigger picture.
Yeah, 'cause I think part of the reason why the company wanted Howard Davis to succeed was because of his sponsor or one of his sponsors, which was Shaq.
Right. Which that's a really, really good look. I saw B Hop at freaking Knucklemania. When people show up
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
more
yeah,
people show up. So that's
yeah.
a really, really good look for the company and stuff like that. So I agree. And Howard Davis is a superstar, man. Like when I say something about bare knuckle, people know who HD is. So I can see them like wanting to push a guy like that who is very marketable and stuff like that. But they have more people like that, and I feel like they
Yeah.
should market more people.
What you got? Class today? You said?
Yeah, I got a few private sessions. I got to do some jujitsu, MMA, and kickboxing class. I got to teach also.
It's a lot of stuff, man. Before we let you go, like any shout outs you wanna do or any call outs?
Shout out to Brunson's MMA, the best gym in Wilmington, North Carolina. Shout out to all my teammates. Shout out Bare Knuckle, my manager Derek Brunson, my coach Derek Brunson, and Coach Dre. And yeah, I'm calling out the entire top five. You guys are sitting and waiting for a belt that's dormant right now. He's lined up. Come see me, man. You saying you want the tough fights? I'm here. Medical's done, ready to fight whenever. I don't need a fight camp. So one, two, three, and five. Holla at me, guys.
I love to see you and Duran.
That's not a smart fight for Duran. His arm's too short, and he doesn't have enough martial arts experience to see me. You can't just be swinging that right hand and think you're gonna touch James Brown because I can dance, I move.
And I definitely think the his opponent got screwed on his last fight. They called it a split decision. I mean,
Yeah, I thought he lost that also with them knockdowns, bro. But
yeah, that
again,
was
he's
that's
a
why
cash
yeah, the
cow. They
knockdowns, yeah.
gotta take care of the
No,
cash
he
cow.
is.
So
He is. I heard he
yeah,
be selling like
oh yeah.
$100,000 worth of tickets.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying is I'm not a good fight for him because I'm not a money fight. He
Yeah.
needs the money because he's already making all the money. So it's I gotta get my popularity up, man.
Well,
The
I
only
hope
way I see
everything
is fighting more, bro.
yeah, I hope everything
Let
goes
me fight.
the way you want it, man.
Yes,
Wish you
sir. I
all the best
appreciate
luck.
you.
I know it's got to be a tough grind, a tough journey. I respect fighters because y'all just remind me of like as a musician when I first got into music, we just wanted to be heard, man. Just
Yes,
it
sir.
wasn't about the money and none of that. And a lot of guys are in here fighting for a little bit of money, not a lot of fights like they want to, and going in there and putting they all into it, man. And you still got to go and grind and take care of a family outside of
Yep.
fighting, so a lot of respect, man, on the grind. And you got to
Yes,
take care of
sir.
your body and keep your
Yep.
skills up, and train your left, your right, your hooks, your uppercut, your clinch, your footwork,
That's a
your
lot.
movements,
Oh
everything.
yeah.
It's a lot, man.
Yes,
It's a lot.
sir. It's a whole lot. So if you fans are out there listening, you gotta back us fighters, man, because we do a lot to put on shows and entertain you guys. You guys don't know what all goes into being a fighter, but everything that Paul was just saying, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So support your local nobody. Support your fighters, guys.
Yep. Yep. Well, I appreciate you, fellow North Carolinian. You more than
Yes,
welcome to come on
sir.
anytime, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me, Paul. I appreciate it a lot.
Yep. And enjoy the rest of your day, man. I'm gonna get off here and start clipping up some clips, man. We gotta, get Kai's attention, get the company's attention, and Brian Durant, whoever, Nathan Rivera, Plaziola, after you come out
Yes,
the
sir.
injury, whoever, Brandon Allen, whoever.
Anybody, it don't matter. Send them at me. Y'all know I'm ready to fight. And don't be claiming you're a fighter if you're not ready to fight because y'all be cherry picking and picking y'all fights out here. Come see me.
Appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, Paul. You too. Peace.
Peace. There you have it. James Get Down Brown. Yeah, man, I got a lot of respect for fighters, man, especially guys like ranked guys like him. You only got one loss. You gotta, you know, you want to get a title shot. You might not have as many followers as the company would like, but you're 5-1. I mean, at some point, if he keeps winning, he's going to deserve a title shot. I mean, put him up, like you said, put him up against Allen, Duran, Rivera, Plaziola. I mean, especially if you fight like Plaziola or Rivera and they're ranked like 1 and 2, you beat one of those guys, you kind of almost got to be next in line or next in line after that. But Kai's going to have to fight Nico first. That's going to be interesting. I think it could be a tough fight. I like what I've seen from Nico. Appreciate everybody to tune in on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Don't forget, I will download this video and also upload it to millions.co. So go check me out on millions.co. It's basically a site for sports entertainment and sports athletes of all sports. You can basically upload and sell merch on there. You can live stream on there. If you do like podcasts and interviews like I do, they'll actually every video I upload, they'll clip up about 3 or 4 AI clips for me, free of charge. Definitely like millions.co. Definitely go check my merch over there. The New Litter apparel for all you dog lovers, pit bull lovers, Rockwellers, Dobermans, whatever it may be. Go check it out, millions.co. Go look up Paul Pickett Podcast, and you'll see the interviews, you'll see the clips, you'll see the merch and everything else. Shouts out to Fella North Carolina for taking time out of his busy day to do this interview. Appreciate him hitting me up as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed in Knucklemania, a few of the fights. Rothwell fight, Arlovsky fight, I thought was pretty good. The end of that got pretty bloody. Really disappointed in the Hunt Mundell fight. Not a lot of action going on, and Redneck Mundell being my favorite fighter, BKFC, was definitely disappointed as a fan to see the loss. Probably gonna be hard for him to have leverage to get that Mike Perry fight. Garbarino, Kane Tomlinson Jr. That got a little personal, and the fight was kind of like disappointing, man. The way it went down, it really was. Soto, Bonner, it was alright. Not what I expected out of Tony Loco Soto. I expected that same energy from the Tenaglia fight. Didn't get it. Pat the Brick Brady versus Bear Hill, that was a pretty good fight. Big dudes like that throwing down are always pretty good fight. Didn't really know what to expect. Bear Hill lost, but Pat Brick Brady actually said he retired during that. He was 3-0 in BKFC. Kind of sucks to see him go, but it was a family thing. He want to spend time with his family, so you can't really knock that. But probably try to hit this cat up for an interview soon. Masan Wong beat Crystal Pittman. Mike Richmond and Joe Elmore. That was actually a pretty good fight. I think if Mike Richmond doesn't hit Joe Elmore with that gut shot and knock him down, because that was the only knockdown in that fight, if I'm not mistaken, I think Joe Elmore probably would have won that fight, because at the end of the fight, Mike Richmond was definitely looked more beat up. He looked way more beat up. And if a guy barely looks beat up and the other guy just looks like beat to a pulp, man, I mean, I don't care about points or anything like that, man. Give it to the guy that looked less beat up. Pat Sullivan got basically TKO'd by felony Charles Bennett. Pretty much first knockdown was exactly like the Kane Tomlinson Jr. knockdown from his last fight. Cody Russell beat Harrison, the headhunter Aiken. I was actually supposed to interview him before this fight, but something came up. But we'll still try to get him on later. And Zedekiah Montanez beat Brandon Meyer, of course. And also there was a guy who a couple free fights. You had Lex Ludlow versus Zach Kalmas. That was kind of a really tough fight to watch. And Zach Kalmas, he just doesn't look the same. He doesn't look the same anymore. Yeah, Prince Nassim versus Brett Schoenfeld. It was only 3 rounds, but it was a pretty decent fight. But Travis Thompson lost to Joshua Oxendine, and I will be interviewing Joshua Oxendine Sunday. He's from Pembroke, North Carolina, which is right down the road from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He basically handled Travis with ease. I mean, in that fight, he barely got hit. Travis was getting hit, and he got pretty cocky, and he was dancing in the middle of the ring. And I know people were booing, but sometimes some fights you need a showman. You need somebody to do something a little entertaining. But yeah, definitely check out for the interview Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time with Joshua Oxendine, Joshua the Preacher Man Oxendine. And what events do we got still coming up? You got BKFC Fight Night, Newcastle, Terrell versus McFarlane. You got Hollywood, which is Kai versus Nico Gaffey. I don't know if they got any more fights on that one yet. Jeremy Smith versus Sanchez. Okay. Donald Sanchez back. We got Chris Garcia versus Chancey Wilson. Okay. Chancey back. Mike Hansen, ain't seen him in a wow. Mike Hansen versus Baby Hulk, Juan Carlos Rivera. That'd be interesting. I actually like Juan Carlos Rivera, man. He's looking really, really good in his first 2 fights. And we ain't seen Hansen since he fought Anthony Yost. I want to say well over a year ago. And you got Nicholas Bloom versus Cameron Davis. Okay, okay. Chancey about to fight fight number 9, man. He's 3-5, about to fight number 9. Chris Garcia coming off I think a loss in his last fight, if I'm not mistaken. Sanchez and Jeremy Smith, that should be interesting. Smith's 3-4, Sanchez 3-2. Nico Gaffey looks really, really cut and built compared to Kai Stewart in this picture. I agree with James Brown. Like Kai looks more like a bantamweight than he does I think he's a flyweight or a featherweight, one of the two. Let's see if they added any new fights to the BKFC Fight Night. Mohegan, Porter versus Watson. I definitely want to see that one. That's gonna be interesting. Parker Porter's 3-0, Watson's 4-1. That's gonna be a tough one right there. Zeb Vincent's back against Pat Casey, 2-2, 3-3. They both trying to go over 500. You got Timothy Mason back versus Harry Gigliotti, who came over from the BKB. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the champ in the BKB in his weight class. So now he's over here at featherweight. And I guess he's got his eyes on Kai. You know what? Depending on how this fight goes, I mean, that might be a good fight for James Get Down Brown. A guy who was the champ in the other weight class. You got Cito Navarro, Rick Caruso. But still a lot of fights to add on that. We're about to wrap it up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Also got Dan Pettit, Dan the Tower Dog Pettit. That's Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had a lot of people requested some interviews, so we want to go through those first. Like, basically honor the people that requested interviews. And if you're a fighter that's looking for an interview, DM me on Instagram, Paul Pickett Podcast. And I also run the Kings of the Squared Circle page as well. But I appreciate everybody that tune in. First cat to tune in was Edgar Plaziel. Appreciate you, Dream Killer. We actually talked about him a lot as well today, too. We got 29 days to the next. Damn, that's usually a long time to wait for the next BKFC fight. I can't remember the last time we had to wait 29 days for the last BKFC fight. Oh, shouts out to James Lilly, who I interviewed. Go check out that interview a while back. I was fighting Gary Fox. I know James is happy to be back. He's 9-3-1. Gary Fox is 4-3. And that's for the featherweight UK championship bout. And then, of course, the other fight is the UK heavyweight championship bout with Mick Terrell and Ghost McFarlane. And I'm still like not accustomed to a lot of the UK fighters. I still got a lot to learn about the UK fighters, and I need to start getting more of them on here for interviews. It's just sometimes with the international interviews, the time zones are conflicting, and they're 6 hours ahead, so sometimes it's hard to find a perfect time for the interview that fits the time over here and the time over there, where it's not too early or too late for either one of us. All right, we about to wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all. Shouts out to James Get Down Brown. Shouts out to everybody that tune in. Shouts out to my man Chance Farr. Dirty Bo, what's up? We about to wrap it up. Peace, and I'm out.